So with the help of Chris, I have now finished the setup of all these microphones that we have seen on the table before, and I'm going to explain what I've done in the meantime. So in front of us, this is the famous Zoom H4n recording device, which is switched to the input of these two internal built-in microphones. I have just fixed it on a photo stand, so this is very easy to handle. And then the next microphones here on this stand are the KM140, which are similar to the KM184. And they are on this stereo bar. They are cardioid microphones. We are using them in AB stereophony. So this is about 35 centimeters of a distance between these microphones. And then on this other stereo bar we have the Octava microphones. Oh, they are not perfectly adjusted. So the Octava microphones with omnidirectional capsules at, let's say, 45 centimeters distance. I think I measured 45 centimeters. One important thing about AB stereophony or phase stereophony is that the distance between the microphones should at least be 40 centimeters. I'll leave it up to you to calculate this in inches. These are 45 centimeters. It a little bit depends on the size of the instrument and the acoustic of the room. If you do something like 45 centimeters, that will be really good to start with. On top of this, I installed the AKG C391 cardioid microphones, and they are not used in phase stereophony but in intensity stereophony. So this is a coincident microphone pair with two cardioid microphones, one above the other. The stereo signal from this setup is very accurate in phase, but the stereo image might be a little bit more narrow than in phase stereophony. Now, on the next microphone stand, we have lots of omnidirectional microphones. We have here the DPAs. These are the Sharps MK3. These are the Sharps MK21, which is the wide cardioid, and the MK2S. And of course on the other side the same. And again here the distance is 45 centimeters. And one may say that the fact that I put these microphones together might have an impact on the sound. Might be, but it's neglectable. I have done that very many times and I never found any disadvantage in doing so. On top of this we have the, it's not the Octava, it's a Soyuz microphone, and Chris fixed the omnidirectional diaphragm capsule on these Soyuz microphones. They're like 35 centimeters apart. And then behind this, I think, Chris, you can stay there. I'm going to show it from there. We have the AKG C414, and they are arranged in a so-called ORTF setup, which is something that has been developed by the French radio. And for this, you have to make sure that the distance of the capsules is 17 centimeters. And I had this other device here, to measure the angle between the capsules. you have to put this to 110 degrees and then check that, make sure that the angle between the microphone's capsules is exactly 110 degrees. Then you have the so-called ORTF setup. And here you can see the DPA boundary layer microphones, which is the 4060 model, and it's fixed in these rubber plates, these black rubber plates, and they are just fixed with tape on the ground. And again, here the distance is about 45 centimeters. So this is also phase stereophony, and the sound of these microphones tends to be a little bit harsh and sharp in the higher frequencies, but if you really have not much time and the situation is difficult, you can get pretty satisfying result with these microphones. Oh, it's pretty heavy. It's so many microphones on top. Oh, there we go. So as we have finished the setup of all our microphones, the next step will be to set the level of each microphone channel depending on the volume of the sound coming from the instrument. And for this I will ask Chris to play a loud C major chord on the organ, while I will overview the input level of all these microphone channels and set it to a level like -4 decibels, -3 decibels. It's always better to leave a little bit of margin just in case the organ should sound even louder than your C major chord. Okay, Christoph, go for it. I'm doing the recording with this workstation here with a laptop running the Samplitude Sequoia software, and you can see here are 20 channels are active here in my system, and each couple is standing for a different type of microphone.